When religion began to be interpreted as fact, that is where the human species began to fail in evolution and intelligence. Religion, while it provides sanctuary and temporary answers as to where the human race came from and where we are going, where we may stand in nature and who or what leads to portal reality we call life, has inadvertently divided us all. People take their religion seriously, not realizing how blinded humanity has become due to the telling of the word. I am a spiritualist. I believe in God, but I refuse to conform to the words written by others defining their own interpretation of what God likes and dislikes. I appreciate the Bible for its amazing literary contributions and somewhat of a guide as to handle some of life's most painful situations, and I appreciate El Torah and the Quran for the same reasons. I believe in nature, and since I really can't rely on faith, I appreciate the sciences for its facts. Although science in itself isn't definitive, it can direct one to a moral defining foundation of how that person can view the world. With that said, consider this. What people have to realize as we evolve in humanity, faith is not about what the other person is doing or not doing, or what they believe or call their God. It's about what the holder of that faith is doing, what's in one's heart. I believe we all judge from time to time with what we believe and don't believe, and I believe that it's part of human nature. But to direct and oppress in the name of God has misguided to controlling the masses. It started with thou shalt not kill, to the now thou shalt not marry one of thy own sex. Humans have all seemed to agree that killing of the innocent is wrong, thou shalt not kill. But we, in society, have accepted exceptions to this commandment in the name of the overall good. So technically, the statement, thou shalt not kill, can be interpreted in any way one may want to. So why would I believe someone else's grasp on life's biggest questions? Why would I impose my beliefs on someone else, and an if, or more likely when, they refuse to conform to my way of thinking, why are they wrong? As a spiritualist, all I want is peace, happiness, and prosperity for all, no matter how they believe it comes, whether it's through Yahweh, Allah, Christ, or through the belief that it was the work of oneself and not a divine deity. To me, it doesn't matter, so long as I'm treated with respect and I reciprocate it accordingly. Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. I may not believe in the physical acts of gay men, but that actually has nothing to do with God, but more so nature, as I don't think that area of anatomy and subject matter was meant to be penetrated. Naturally, that area is used to excavate, but that has nothing to do with me. I'm not doing it. Therefore, I can only pray or display in my heart that whoever is doing it is at peace with themselves, while they are doing anything they may deem harmful or even good. But to openly belittle, degrade, and install bigotry in the laws of the land? No, this is not the answer. How about we stay out of people's bedrooms so long as children aren't involved, given that they are the innocent? We have to stop bothering ourselves, our consciousness, our energies with everyone else's business. If two men or women, but there seems to be some underlying acceptance of lesbianism, want to love each other, it's none of our business. Period. What is desired is the right to marry, and in that definition, if one gets sick, the one that loves the sick person, can make the heartfelt decision a loved one would be allowed to make, one given to a person who is considered a spouse. This has nothing to do with religion. In this example, this is about civil rights. Take another example. Denny Crane and Alan Shore in Boston Legal decided to marry so Alan can afford all the rights of a spouse, the right to control Denny's money, and his health care as he deteriorated from Alzheimer's disease. Denny couldn't trust anyone else but the one man he ever loved. Actually, the one person he ever loved. It just happened to be a man. It had absolutely nothing to do with sex. Now, given that example, I implore you to ask yourself, is it all right that Denny and Alan got married for the civil rights our government gives unions, knowing that sexual intercourse wasn't a factor? Considering the religious argument, yes. And this is where religion goes too far. Government should not have the decision if two men or two women have the right to be bounded in religious capacity. However, they should afford these two people that love and care for each other, and just for that reason, every right a religiously married couple has. Why does it have to boil down to the religion of the couple? One's religion, in which they interpret it, may say marrying a gay couple is wrong, and that the marriage is of that of a man and woman, but that particular belief may not be of how another's religion defines it, so who is right? No one is definitively right. That is why it's called faith. On the other hand, the government should not force churches to marry gay couples, or provide birth control, or anything that may force that religion to go against its beliefs, so long as it's not harming the innocent. This debate on its face is also where we go too far. We have to allow churches to decide whether they want to interpret their own religion and marry gay couples. If a church decides that in their religion it's unacceptable to marry two of the same sex, then that church has every right under the First Amendment, period. If another religion, however, says, hey, love everyone, regardless of what they do in the bedroom and who they love, marries gay couples, they should be allowed to do so also. And the government, an entity that should be open and not restricted to that of the religion and populace, should give union rights to a couple that obtain a marriage license, an ordained minister or a judge, and married accordingly to the outlined procedure for the record purposes only, despite the sex of the participants in the union. The government is not a religion, faith, or creed. The government is just a uniform way of living on this planet together in unison, despite the beliefs, sexual orientations, and colors of the inhabitants. All animals are included in the preceding sentence. Peace be unto all.